Hi everyone, it's Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign Aquarius, there's a link in the description box where you can find out your whole birth chart, and that way for additional messages for the week you can look at your Moon and Rising sign reading as well as your Sun sign reading today. So this is for July 25th to August 1st, and I am going to go back to a tried and true spread with a 5-card spread today for a general reading. I'm going to practice the one that I did last week a little bit. It was an inspired reading and it was my first time. So I'm going to be bringing that back maybe in about a month after I work on it with some clients and personal readings as well. But I did really like it. It was a mind, body, soul reading, so I will bring that back. But for now, we'll do a general reading. Sorry about that. So whatever is most prominent in your life, I'll encourage you to apply these messages to, and hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So the 5 cards will be a central position, what energy you're just coming out of, a probable outcome, and what's working for and against you. And then this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. That's what I'm using for the 5-card spread. And then we'll be pulling from the Medicine card tarot and the Healing with the Angels tarot for additional guidance. So what does Aquarius need to know? What does Aquarius need to know? Looking for 5 jumper cards. Oops. Let's receive 3 more cards here. What does Aquarius need to know? Tuck my bracelet in here. Okay, so I'm going to be shuffling for, I don't know, I guess another 10 tries. And if we don't get the rest of the cards, I'll pull from the center of the deck for you. So we're looking for 2 more jumper cards. And that was a weird little pile. Hold on. Okay, what does Aquarius need to know? Cool. All right, Aquarius. So let's get an eagle eye view of what's going on here. And then I'll introduce the cards for you in the position that they're in, and we'll look at them one by one together in just a second. So in the central position where you find yourself currently is the chaos and conflict card. Energy that has brought you here or that you're bringing into the week is a leg up. A probable outcome is the happy, happy card. What is working for you is the Treasure Island card. And what could be working against you or something you need to become aware of is the By the Book card. So just a general energy around what we're working with here, particularly with the chaos and conflict as the central position. This generally means that you're at odds with someone else with regard to whatever is a general matter for you, but it is creating a great deal of agitation. There's an agitation here. If this isn't about another person, this could be about something that's going on internally. Like I said, it's a general reading, so please apply the messages to whatever is most prominent in your life. If you don't have anything going on with other people, this isn't going to include other people. This is only going to include something happening in your own mind, heart, or soul. On the other hand, if this is about communication with other people or you're relating these messages to another individual or persons, then a chaos or conflict does have to do with what's being said or even how it's being said or presented, etc., or even what's being understood. Sometimes we take for granted that we're all talking about the same thing because we say the same word, but we have different definitions for that word, or there are available different definitions for the word. So it's really important, Aquarius, to know from where exactly you're starting from. Again, it doesn't matter if this is all internal and it's all in your mind, heart, and soul, or if it is about other people. Essentially, knowing that you're starting out uh, in agreement, and the agreement needs to be what are the words that what are the definitions of the terms that you're using. Okay, could be a very important element that's going to play out here for you. So chaos and conflict in the central position. What you've just left or are bringing into the week is a leg up. The reason why I bring relationships into this is that you were probably reliant on someone else, or they were reliant on you. This is about asking for help and receiving it. So you could be giving this or be on the receiving end of this. It could be where the conflict is, where this is encased, but not necessarily. Ultimately, it looks like it will be handled, because we have this camaraderie or this reciprocity going on here, a little bit of chaos and conflict here, and then your probable outcome is happy, happy. So whatever is going on here will be taken care of fairly quickly. I do think it's important, particularly if you don't want to meet with this type of thing again. However, within this relationship, again, it doesn't matter if it's within your mind or with other people, that you can avoid going over that again. Like that'll be like, oh, I get it now. And then you move on, you're like, holla, and then you're just happy. So something really positive does await after this trying time or difficult conversation, or even a sense of like annoyance or a bother, anything that feels like a chaotic. So it's out of sequence, or it's upsetting, you didn't see it happening, or you didn't think you're prepared. Well, this is life, right? No one's ever really prepared for anything, and this is the beauty of growth. You have an opportunity to grow here into something super happy and uplifting. And then in the Treasure Island for you, what's working for you, this is all about the law of attraction. This is what you're bringing into your world. So remember to stay in this positive, high vibration. And what's working against you, or something you need to be aware of, this is rules. By the book is literally about following rules, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, doing everything right, so to speak. So it's a unique position, because usually it would be almost like these would be reversed. Like, what's working against you? Chaos. Where do you find yourself? Following the rules. But that's reversed this week. Where do you find yourself? In the midst of chaos. What's working against you, or something you need to be aware of? Following the rules, which is really weird. Maybe for any other sign, maybe not so weird for Aquarius, because it is the revolutionary sign, right? Its planet is Uranus. It's all about revolution. It's about revelation. It's about sudden beginnings, sudden endings. And maybe that's what's going on here too. There's a sudden beginning or a sudden ending to something that you couldn't have been forewarned about, or couldn't foresee, um, or didn't even believe was part of what was positively happening. And you were sort of like, or are sort of like, gee, I didn't see this here. This is so out of place, except that it needed to be there for you to understand something about it to reach that higher level. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing as a general bird's eye view of what's going on here. And we'll look at these one by one briefly. The chaos and conflict, like I said, is in your central position. This is, and you can even see this too, like this is about someone changing their stripes or spots. You know the saying, a leopard never changes its spots. Well, the same can be said for a zebra. The zebra is never going to change his or her stripes. So there is a real like head butting this week, and it could be ideological. It probably is, unless, I mean, there's not a great deal of like obvious emotional cards here. If it is an emotional concern, it's still going to feel the same. You're going to be And I do suggest this because of your sign being a fixed sign as well. You could feel like fixed in this, like you're crossing your arms hypothetically, and you're looking away and you're tapping your foot and you're just having none of it. Or the other person is, or both of you are, which is, I mean, hey, well done. Way to find yourself in this position, because anyone who does that with another person or with the um, dialogue they have in their head, they're going to find that they can't go anywhere. This is going to feel, and look, they're perfectly still. Whatever's going on is at a standstill. So things will be moving. This is, and again, this is a weekly reading, so this isn't going to like, it's not like a 10-year outlook. It's just something that's manifesting right now, due to a variety of reasons. I personally believe this needs to happen. This is a part and parcel of a growth to either your body, mind, or soul, or to a relationship with someone or a group of people. The leg up is just adorable. Frankly, this card is so cute. The general concepts here are about giving and receiving, being there for someone, letting them be there for you, which is sometimes even harder than giving, right? A lot of people have even said that. Like, I'd rather give help than ask for it. But, there's a lot to be said for humility, and there's a lot to be said for just letting someone do something for you, um, without this conversation of, I'll pay you back, or, I owe you one. And I mean, we can say that sort of in jest, but I think one of the lessons here that you're bringing into it is just accept it. If someone isn't accepting something or isn't going sort of, so to speak, with the flow, there could be something that feels like, you're butting heads, right? Not the end of the world, but not a pleasant place to be. What's working for you? The law of attraction. This is the card literally of the law of attraction. Capital L, love. Capital H, health. Capital J, joy. Capital F, freedom. Okay, this is where big things happen. One of the most ancient symbols in the history of mankind is the turtle. And of course, another one, maybe not as ancient, is of course the treasure chest. The treasure chest always belongs inside. This is always the inside of us. If you are expecting to see something, you will get it. Okay, just be aware of that. What are you expecting? Because the law of attraction will manifest this for you. Okay, so be positive. Expect to see the best here. Expect that you can give the best. Expect that things have cycles and flow, and that you are an organic being, and that you are part and parcel of the laws of the universe, just like the rest of us mortals, Aquarius. um, but yeah, everything is a season. There's a go with the flow. I do think that there is a reason for this. Ultimately, it's going to wind up with an enormous sense of joy here. But some hurdles are worth it, right? Some I'm going to leave it at the word hurdles. Some hurdles are worth it because you come out the other side a different person, or having learned something that without that struggle, you just couldn't have. You couldn't have bought it. You couldn't have read it in a book. You had to experience it. So really, this is so, what do we say? It's not lasting. This chaos, it's not going to last, but it is important to go through. So what is working against you, or that you need to be aware of? The rules. Um, you may need to do something that is out of order, okay? Or you could be feeling like things are out of order because you planned something a certain way. You expected something a certain way here with the law of attraction, for example, and it isn't moving that way, it's moving this way, and you don't like it. And the reason I'm laughing is because it's so insignificant to the higher outcome. The higher outcome is that for this situation, it kind of doesn't matter how you experienced it. What matters is that you got through it. Because what awaited you or awaits you on the other side is this enormous sense of bliss. Normally, I'm looking at the higher symbols in the cards here. I'm going to be drawing your attention, however, to what's beneath the happy, happy, and it's this huge symbol. It's an energy is what I'm trying to get to here. All light and sound and frequency and vibration is energy. All color, numbers, symbols, and patterns are energy. And she is not only standing on this huge pattern of energy that she's created, right? Back to law of attraction, but on one foot, so her balance is divine. She's on an ancient symbol of fertility that she has, that there is a key to that she can unlock. There is a secret inside here, so you can keep searching and still even feel happy knowing that there's more to learn, which is beautiful. No one wants to feel like they know it all. It's worse than death. Because if you feel like there's nothing else to learn or know or grow or be, what a terrible place to be. We always want to be in a sense of, oh, there's more to learn, there's more to see, there's more to experience. So this is what it's speaking to here. And you're elevated, you're elevating yourself. There's a sense of carelessness, freedom. There's even a hummingbird. Its symbology is joy. There's confetti and balloons. This could even be an actual celebration. So if that's the case and you feel that there's an element of celebration here or a cause for celebration at the end of the week, in particular for you Aquarius, please go for it. You probably deserve it. If this is going on within, again, like with mind, body, and soul, be really joyous. Don't hold this in. Like, express that joy. Not everyone needs to know necessarily what it's about unless you want to divulge that. Ultimately, the happiness is yours. It belongs to you, and whatever you do with that, whether you share the reasons why or not, the world benefits because of your happiness. So I really appreciate you getting through a difficult time here to get to the other side, because I really believe that it helps enlighten the whole world. So if this is what's going on, trust that you'll move through something here relatively painlessly. Just recognize it's part and parcel of the growth away or into something, and you'll come out a better person because of it. And rules aren't your friends this week, so yay. That's probably kind of cool to hear as an Aquarian, I hope. No need to play by the rules this week, or if you do, it's not going to have the best or even an assumed outcome. So, you know, go with the flow with something here, not necessarily the rule book. I have not seen this card in a dog's age. This is the swan. Its keyword is grace. I actually wish I saw it more because it's so stunning. Swans themselves are beautiful. They're just gorgeous. And if you think of the word grace, like I am now, I'm contemplating in terms of the grace of God, right? Um, if you're not into the esoteric or the occult or spiritualism, you could even consider grace an element of acceptance, that you need to accept something the way it is right now, that there isn't even a way to manipulate it or to reconfigure it. It just is the way it is and it needs to be this way. It will fade and something else will occur at the end of it that's bigger and better than what's going on now. But there is an element of grace here, and I'm going to suggest that that is by the grace of God if you want to go that route. On the other hand, if that's not your cup of tea, you can always look at in the situation in terms of humility, like just letting it be. Another way to put that is to sort of, sort of zen out, right? Like, or I don't know how they use their hands, but just let it be. There's a sense of here in terms of additional guidance. There's something that you need to let go of or let be humble to the process. But ultimately, the way I would see it is, you will be, there's two, we'll take them. You will be emboldened and you will be assisted this week if you are okay with being humbled by the grace of God or looking to God to get through this. So grace is an extraordinary concept actually, and incredibly rewarding. So maybe that's another term you can contemplate this week if you feel that would be useful, Aquarius. So one of the key terms here is grace. It could even be grace under fire, grace during the conflict, like an actual behavior when you encounter this week. You could just be like zen out in the moment, right? So, however you want to use that to your advantage this week. And just beautiful. So, we have intention, which I'm going to read as grace. What is your intention? Well, there's higher and lower, right? There's the law of attraction, and then there's I got to do everything by the rule book. Go with your higher intentions. Trust that you will be assisted and you are able to assist others at this time. And then music. This could speak literally to the point of being a musician or creating music. It could be that you're affected by music and that it affects your higher senses, that it can elevate you, that music could be healing this week. You could find healing or help from messages in music. Another way that I've learned to interpret the music card, however, is to find the quiet points. It's another way to put that. Music doesn't always just include the notes, it includes the silence between the notes. So, just another way of interpreting sound or vibration that we talked about here with the happy, happy card. What kind of music are you giving to the universe that your heart sings, that your mind sings, that your higher intentional law of attraction being sings, as opposed to filling in the blanks, getting that perfect test score, so to speak? These are really between two worlds, I really believe here. And the struggle might even be like what kind of world do you belong in or want to belong in? Ultimately, Aquarius, I am happy to say that nothing negative necessarily is going on here. It's just that you're going to meet up with something that you're not going to want to deal with because it's chaotic. So, um, but you're going to be able to get through it by zenning out or by the grace of God or finding something that works better for you. And it's going to work out better for everyone in the long run. Have faith. I'll leave it at that. So that concludes your reading. Let me know how this works out for you if you have a second to do that in the comments. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, Aquarius, take good care. Bye for now.